I hope you can see me because I belong to the tribe that is challenged vertically. Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency the Deputy President, Prime Cabinet Secretary, my brother Speaker Moses, Majority Leader AG, Chairs, CEOs, good afternoon. Allow me to associate myself with the statements that have been made here in terms of appreciating the work that the commissions are doing, and more particularly congratulating the three chairs who are exiting and transiting today. Indeed, sitting there and listening to the testimonies that have been made here, you've certainly done a good job in helping government run. To some mad guy out there, he may argue that why should independent commissions spend a day with the president in State House? To me, that is looking at the word independence in such a narrow way. In as much as these commissions are independent, in as much as we have independent offices, but we don't work independently in as far as the family called government is concerned. We are like a production line with many gears. But all these gears, they can only be said to be functioning well if the final product, which is one, is good. And therefore, to those who still subscribe to the fact that because you're an independent commission, you need to see eye to eye with the president or to the CSs or the PSs, I want to advise you as a lawyer that what you are doing today is indeed the right way. We need to bring synergy in government. We need to bring linkages in government. We need to bring collaborations between government agencies for the president to deliver on his mandate. And I think to my brother who said he served in IPOA for all those years and he never had a minute with the president or with the government then, that is not supposed to be the case. Because what you do will either enable the president to deliver on his mandate or it will disable the president from delivering on his mandate. And I think our president is very clear on his he wants to take this country through what we call the plan. And he knows that he needs partners in making sure that the plan succeeds. And there can never be better partners than these commissions. Because if you look at the mandate of the commissions, and if you deliver on your mandates, then the president will have an easy time delivering the plan. Because your mandate basically are enabling instruments for government to be able to deliver on their manifestos and on their plan. So indeed feel confident that His Excellency has invited you here. It is on the realization that he needs partners to make sure that he anchors his plan well and ultimately services are brought closer to our people. Just like the other speakers, allow me to congratulate and appreciate the three exiting chairmen, starting with the Bishop of Fula, Chebukati, a man I've known for Wabukala. Yeah, where, they come from the same village, is it? Wafula, Wabukala. The name Chebukati will ring forever. Will ring forever in our minds. To appreciate the good work you have done. He's a man I've known. Even after he assumed office at EACC, he has been faithful to the church. He has come to Kilifi several times. We have worked together raising funds to build the church. And I believe as you exit, you'll find a better place, another chapter, another page God certainly has prepared for you. We appreciate you for the great work that you've done. To Dr. Jane, we have interacted many times, and your advice is always on point. And I believe, in as much as you've said the three things that you never achieved, but you have built a foundation. And I believe the chair coming after you will be able to build on that foundation and also seek solution to the three pending issues that you have put across. To my learned friend, Wafula Chebukati, a man I've practiced law with in Mombasa before he became the chair of IBC. You know, I don't envy you. At some point when I was in Karen, really worried, I had to talk to the then deputy president, asking him, are we good? And he said, don't worry, there's God in heaven. That is the answer that our president used to give us every time we see a dark cloud hanging, and he would say, it's all good. And when we drove together in a convoy that day, the 15th of August, to come to Bomas, and we're just pelted with stones as we enter Bomas. Went to a holding room. For many hours, we were kept there. And then eventually we were ushered into a waiting room just outside the auditorium. And I remember, I thought I made a mistake by accompanying the then deputy president to that function, because the commotion that ensued, in fact, before the commotion in the auditorium, something happened where we were waiting. And I felt, if I feel I'm not safe as a person here, what about the chairperson? Because the group that came to threaten us as we were waiting to be ushered into the auditorium had actually left the office of the chairperson, and we knew things were not right. And when you walked in and you're physically assaulted, I knew that you're under immense pressure. And not just for that day, for that period that you're managing this election. And despite all that, you stood firm, really firm. And today, not just this country, not just Africa, but the world is celebrating you. So as you exit holding your head high. We celebrate you, and I believe you made the shoe to the chair of IBC so big that whoever is coming in will struggle to fit in. But we pray to God that he gives us a chair that will take the standards from where you've left them, take them even higher. So we thank God for you, and we pray that the next page will be less controversial. I know the AG has said that we should find a place for the exiting chair of IBC, and I want to pray that that place will be less controversial so that you can regain your composure. I know you're not through yet with the kind of shaking that went through that time. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate every one of you, that whatever you do will either enable the president to deliver, or in a way it may affect his delivery of services to the country. So I want to urge you that we put our best going forward. As a Senate, I decided as a speaker to start paying courtesy call on the different commissions, because I believe we can build a partnership. And one of the commissions that I did pay a courtesy call was the commission, the Auditor General, because one of the biggest mandates of the Senate is oversight. But you see, the Senate can only oversight if it has the knowledge. The only instrument they use to oversight counties is the auditor's report. They need to know the whole process of auditing. They need to understand the issues of audit, for them to be better placed to offer the oversight and deliver on the oversight mandate. So we agreed with the Auditor General that in the few weeks coming, we're going to have an induction course seminar where we're going to bring a whole lot of you. Quite a number of commissions will be invited so that you talk to our senators, arm them with that knowledge. Otherwise, for them to hold governors into account and they don't have that of knowledge, it's like having a policeman with you arm a policeman with a Vitz, and then the thugs, you give them a Peugeot. Certainly, they may not be able to catch up with the people they're supposed to catch up with. So we are doing this in collaboration, in partnerships, because ultimately we want to be called a government that delivers. I thank you.